but you guys did not come to hear me talk. Are you ready for me to bring up our special guest? Are you ready to do better than that? Let's get some energy up in this room. Please welcome the very talented McKenna Grace. Hi. Oh, wow.
What do I go to?
You so many choices.
Do you like both?
Yes.
Are you fancy? I'll do this one.
Okay, hi, it's so good to meet you. I don't know if you remember this, but last year for Ghostbusters, we had an interview on Zoom, and I was the loser that was wearing the Ghostbusters uniform. So there's probably, I don't know how many people.
What are you trying to say right now?
Did I say loser? Like, wow, no, what I'm saying is that I also own a Ghostbuster. You're right. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for letting me be here and talk to you today. This is so exciting. Are you having a great time in Orlando so far?
I am. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy that you guys came to my panel to come and see me, so thank you.
First things, to start things off, because we're going to go to audience questions here in a little bit, but I want to know, when you do a lot of conventions, so what's the one question that you always get asked the most that secretly deep down you wish nobody would ever ask again?
What does Finn Wolfhard smell like? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm here to answer any questions, Ghostbusters, me, any project. I'm just happy to talk to people. It's cool. It's cool to be appreciated and to know that people like the things I do.
Oh, we all love the things that you do. Don't we love the things that she does? I've been watching you for, there's so many things that you've been in that I just absolutely love. I could just fanboy out right now. I'm not going to. I'm going to be a professional. But let's get to some fun stuff. Now, you have worked with some truly hilarious people, right? I mean, just some of the funniest people. Who makes you laugh harder than anybody else on set?
You know what? I just got the chance to work with Dylan O'Brien on a project that hasn't come out yet, and I think he's probably one of my favorite people in the world.
Really?
I think that he's one of the funniest, talented actors, but one of the funniest people, ever.
That is amazing. What a great thing to be able to say that you're funnier than Bill Murray.
You know what? Hey, Bill is having Bill on set is funny, but it's also like having another director. It's scary because I'm sitting here in a Ghostbusters suit, doing the things that they created, that they've been doing for however many years, decades now, and I'm just the new guy. I'm hey, it's my 4th year here. I'm happy to have a little proton pack, but every time I'm in position ghostbusting with the pack on in front of them, I'm I hope they aren't judging my form. What if I'm doing this wrong? I'm just looking over my shoulder, hey.
I'm holding this right.
Yeah.
Now, there's so many people obviously that are here and they're so excited to meet you today, and they can go to your booth after this and get your autograph or get a picture or ask more questions. But who's somebody in your career that you've been truly starstruck to meet?
Wait, this isn't in my career. The Hayden Christensen is here. And it's all I've been talking about for 2 weeks now. And it's all I've been talking about all day and all yesterday and probably all tomorrow. I'm oh my God, you guys! I watched his movie Awake on the plane flight over here. And then I was rewatching the Star Wars movies, and I was really excited.
Are you gonna get a photo up with Hayden?
Yes. I'm definitely going to speak over. I'm really excited.
Oh, that is so cool. So, last year I wanted to ask, you released Haunted House on the soundtrack for Ghostbusters Afterlife. So, is there a possibility that you might release another banger for Frozen Empire?
I wish. I would love to. I am releasing a song around that time. I'm figuring it out, and I don't know what I'm supposed to say or what I'm not supposed to say, but I am trying to work on releasing a song around then. But unfortunately, I don't think that it'll tie with Frozen Empire. Never say never. You never know. I didn't know that Haunted House was going to end up in Ghostbusters.
Oh, really?
No, I didn't even know if I was ever going to release that song.
Oh,
it was just a song. I wasn't ready to be releasing music.
No, that's not true. It's a great song.
I wasn't. I only definitely just feel like I'm kind of figuring out music. It's such a different profession, but I sent the song to Jason Reitman, and I was like, hey, like, I have this song, would you ever want to direct a music video or anything? Like, this is my idea. And he was like, oh my god, yeah, I love it, I'd be down, I'm so busy right now, but do you think I could try this in credits of Ghostbusters? Maybe. I mean, if you really want to, if you're really twisting my leg, like, sure, Jason. And then he ended up putting my song out of nowhere in the end credits of Ghostbusters. I didn't write it for Ghostbusters. I wrote it based off of my personal experiences, and then it ended up fitting so well.
So well. I really thought that was just for Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My favorite was we had a surprise screening at the New York Comic-Con for all of the Ghostbusters fans before the film came out, before Afterlife came out. We surprise screened the movie, and nobody knew that my song was playing at the end of the credits, but I was sitting there. I sat in the audience too, and it was like one of my first times seeing the film and hearing my song in the end credits. And Ivan Reitman was sitting kind of in front of me, and whenever my song started playing, he like looked back at me, and I was like, oh, Ivan likes my song.
That's so awesome.
It's really special.
Oh, I love that. Now, obviously, you're so talented. I mean, just acting and music. But what's a hobby that fans might be surprised to know that? What's something that you really love? I mean, we just found out about Hayden, so maybe that answers this.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen is my hobby. I really like roller skating. I love street skating. I go to the skate park a lot, and I like learning tricks. I really like embroidering.
You can do tricks roller skating?
Yeah, I have like little grinding blocks in between my skates. I go and do tricks. It's fun. Yeah, I drop in the holes and do all the things. It's
I don't even know how to stop.
Yeah, that one's hard though. That one's hard.
It's just like, where's a wall? Okay,
yeah.
That's me.
Where's the floor?
Last question before we go to audience questions. If you guys want to go ahead and start lining up, we have a microphone right here, and this is as far as we can get to the stage, but this is going to be fun. You can ask her anything that you want, just no spoiler questions. But last question before we go to audience questions. You've also done a lot of directing. I mean, we're just talking about all of your talents, but you've directed a couple of your own music videos. So do you see any directing in your future as far as like directing films, or even maybe directing a Ghostbusters film one day in the future?
I mean, I do. I write all of my music video treatments. I co-direct all of them. I write scripts with my dad. I produce. I definitely, I'm in the midst of pitching a few scripts that I wrote with my dad or alone right now. I very much would. I graduated high school 2 years ago, but I did college for about 2 years, and I had big surgery last year, and so I took some time off, and I'm hoping to go back and get my associates. Just like I was majoring in film and television, so I'm trying to figure out more of the technicalities behind directing, but I'd be very excited or honored to ever be able to do anything like that in my career.
Oh, she's gonna do it, isn't she, guys? Yes. All right, let's take it to some audience questions. A couple rules real first. We got one question per person. No spoiler questions, no gifts, no hugs. I'm sorry, guys. But anything like that you want to do, you just go to the booth afterwards and see her. Like I said, get an autograph, get a picture. Still maybe no hugs. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, introduce yourself and ask your question.
Hi, McKenna. My name's Melissa. Okay, so you did say no spoilers. So out of all of the Ghostbusters movies that have released and the trailer for the new one that you're in, what's your favorite ghost?
The Slimer. Whenever I was younger, way before I did Ghostbusters, whenever I was really little, like a toddler, I had a plastic Slimer toy I'd take with me everywhere. It was like my thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you ever drank Ecto Cooler?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I lived on that stuff as a child.
Hi, I'm Amanda. Hi. This is unrelated. Actually, can I ask this question to Wilburson?
You talked to Wilburson?
So if you could live in the world of any fictional character or movie or whatever, which one would you choose?
Is it a little basic to say I'd want to go to Hogwarts? But I feel like everybody can do something really cool or special there, anybody can be a witch or a wizard. I'm a Hufflepuff. Thank you. I feel like you sounded disappointed.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, were there moments on or off set when Paul Rudd would make you laugh?
Yeah, always. I mean, on the my favorite, he just is always doing bits. Him and Finn are always doing bits on set, like it's so bad. But on the last Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I would bring my guitar to set most days, and Paul has this bit. He's a really good guitar player, which I didn't know, but now my guitar has been played by Paul, which is like, oh, thank you. But he has this bit that he does where he plays like Blackbird, and he'll play the first few notes. Oh, wait, that's not it. Oh, wait, that's not it. He'll do that like 20 times and just keep on restarting and restarting and restarting and restarting. And so, sorry, I don't know why that came to mind. That made me laugh a lot on the most recent Ghostbusters.
Thank you, McKenna. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you, nice to meet you.
Hey McKenna, my name's Corey, and I'm looking at the stark differences between the personalities of McKenna Grace and Phoebe Spangler. Can you tell us what it takes for you to get into character to play Phoebe and the preparation that you do for that?
I mean, I think I just kind of have to read a lot of dad jokes and then just like stop smiling and put on glasses and a wig and just like be really monotone. You know, I mean, it is quite funny. I mean, we look so different as well. That's always fun to get used to. But I feel like that especially helps get into characters. That it's so. She is so different from myself, but she's also like such a big part of me.
Is it the glasses? Is it
Yeah.
like when you put them on?
I immediately put on the glasses, and all of a sudden I'm like possessed. Like, yeah.
Possessed by this bigger Spangler.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, McKenna.
Thank you. I love your Kermit.
My name's Katie Rose, and I was wondering if when filming Afterlife, there was a moment where it just kind of hit you, I'm starring in a Ghostbusters movie.
Just doing the chemistry reads, like it hit me. It just like when they didn't tell me what I was auditioning for whenever I first went out for Ghostbusters. They do that with a lot of bigger franchises where you don't know what you're going out for, but there was like rumors, and I was like, there's no way I'm auditioning for Ghostbusters. They don't want me. It's like, there's no way. And whenever I got to the chemistry reads, Ivan was there, and they had me put on a proton pack, and they were like blowing wind on my face, and I was having to pretend like I was shooting a proton pack. But then I was like, I have to play it cool. It's Jason and Ivan Reitman. I want this role so bad. I need to play it cool. And then I started crying. And then I started crying in chemistry read because I was like, I'm holding a proton pack right now, and Ivan Reitman's here, and I don't even know what to do with myself. So every day on set was like that. Every day whenever I go on to Frozen Empire, it's like, I don't know, crazy getting to work with the guys and getting to work with Jason and put on a proton pack and a suit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jordan, and I actually asked this to Shareen Moore, and it's, you're in many movies, and I really love you in a lot of TV shows, but do you ever just take a role when you get offered it, or do you have to have a connection or like relate to it, and if so, like what is a character you feel like you relate to the most?
I like to find, I can say that I like to find myself in all of my characters, but then I remember the times that I've played like murderers, and I'm like, maybe I should chill on that, but I do like to find bits and pieces of myself in all of my characters. I have been really lucky so far to play the characters I've had. I really do love especially Phoebe. I love Phoebe so much. But I really am honored to have played the characters that I have. I'm just happy to work. I love what I do so much, so whenever I get a role, I'm so happy to do it. But there are so many roles, like Phoebe, you know, that I felt so passionate about that I really wanted to fight for. And I'm the type of person, that's like my main advice to somebody who wants to get into acting, is that like there's so many no's and stuff, so it's just not getting discouraged like that. I'm the type of person that whenever I'm passionate about something, I don't take no for an answer, and I constantly am going for it. It was the same with this, but sorry, I just went off on a ramble, but I think that I connect with most of my characters, at least I try to, but I like acting.
Thank you so much.
It's a great question.
Hi,
Diego, I wanted to ask you, you've also done a lot of voice acting roles. Do you find it a different sort of challenge with your voice rather than performing on camera? So like takes a different type of like challenge to get into that character or voice role?
Yeah, I think that voice acting feels crazy different because instead of being on camera, you're behind a little microphone like this, except there's nobody there, and you're just in a tiny little booth, and you have to over-exaggerate everything tenfold because you can't see your face, and so you're solely just acting with your voice. There's a lot of yelling. There's a lot of yelling, at least in what I've done.
What I think is crazy about voice acting too is that like I've interviewed a lot of people now and I'll be like, hey, did you get to meet your co-star? And they're like, no, I was completely alone.
Yeah, I don't even think I've met anybody that I've worked with in animated films. I did Paw Patrol and we weren't able to have a premiere because there was striking happening, and so I don't think I've met any of my co-stars in that at all, which is really funny. But yeah, it's such a funny little thing. Every once in a while they play you somebody else's voice, but most of the time you're just acting off of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
I'm Katarina. I love your work so much, especially your music. It's so great.
Thanks. I have the same sweater. I love it. Yeah.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say now. You mentioned that you were in homeschool for a little bit. That's what I want to do. I want to be on the production side of things, directing, cinematography, and also screenwriting, which you mentioned. What is any advice on that? Like anything?
Again, like I was kind of saying earlier, it's always so hard giving advice because I'm like, am I really qualified to? Like, I don't know. Everybody has their own path, their own journey. But for me, I think that, well, more in acting, there's a lot of no's and it can be quite a discouraging profession at times because, you know, you don't see all of the declines and the no's that somebody gets. You just see the success and things that you do. But it's hard, but if it's something that you truly are passionate about, you know, it's just about going for it and not finding ways. A door closes, okay, well, there's a window that I'm gonna sneak into. You know, it's just kind of figuring out what you can do, how to make it, who to talk to. If somebody doesn't want to work with you, okay, I'm gonna send them all these emails and tell them that I'm gonna do this instead. But I don't know, I think that the production side of things and moving into cinematography and directing and screenwriting, it's just doing what you can and working hard at it. I love writing. It's just, you know, having the creative ideas and the mindset to get it done and focus on it. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Thanks. Hi.
Hi, I'm Sanaya. I met you earlier.
I know, I remember. Your hair's so cool.
Thank you. So I was wondering, like, since you do a lot of different films and you're also writing some, what's your favorite genre of film that you would love to work in or create?
I want to do a musical. I think that'd be really fun. Ghostbusters is probably one of the most fun, light movies that I've ever done because I tend to do a lot of really dark things. So I think that a musical would be so fun, something like that, or...
When do you think we'll get a Ghostbusters musical?
Okay, guys. Frozen Empire is actually Frozen Empire. I'm Elsa, the cat's out of the bag. But I feel like it'd be really fun to do a musical, or I do really like doing horror films. I used to do a lot whenever I was younger.
That's really cool. Thank you.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right, so my main question was, you're such an amazing actress, and you've done so many roles. And especially you've done a lot of roles where you've played really like intellectual, like kind of like genius characters. And I was wondering with those characters, I mean like in Young Sheldon and Ghostbusters, how much of yourself did you see in those roles, and if you're like a big science nerd?
I play a lot of geniuses. It's really funny. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, I don't know if I'm that smart. Well, I like to think I'm semi-smart, but not like genius level. It's funny. I do that. I've done quite a few roles where I play geniuses. I don't know, I always like to try and find myself in my roles, but I do have to do a lot of learning to play those roles, because sometimes I'm just saying things, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying right now, I don't know what this means, I want somebody to explain it to me, that way I actually know what I'm saying. But yeah, I tend to learn a lot of the equations I have to recite by turning them into songs. That's how I memorized a lot whenever I was younger, but yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Deva, and I was kind of wondering, do you have any like heroes or role models you look up to, and if so, who are they?
Acting-wise, I really love Florence Pugh. I think that she's one of the best actresses ever. I love watching her. And I really love, I really love Allison Janney. I worked with her a few times, and I think that she's such like a incredible performer, but also just such like a strong woman to be around, especially on a set. She just really, I don't know, of course knows what she's doing, but it's just cool to be around.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ryan. My question for you is, of course, you started off in this industry very young. And it always, even as a kid, it was always amazing watching other kids do this so young. And my question for you is, was there a specific moment for you when you were a kid where you just realized, or whether it's on a set for the first time, or when was the moment you first realized, this is what I want to do with my life?
I don't know. The thing is, it's a weird thing to think that I feel very lucky and fortunate to have found what I want to do for the rest of my life at such a young age, but it's kind of a weird thing. I don't know if there's like a moment where you come to that realization, at least for me, because I started so young, and then I'm here and I'm like, I just know that this is what I want to do. I don't know how, but I started off in it, and then all of a sudden it just kind of became my life, and I'm like, I can't picture doing anything else.
So it was gradual for you?
Yeah, I'd say so. I started out in it, and I knew that it was something I really wanted to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have begged my mom to let me. That's my mom, my dog Gizmo. Sorry.
What's your dog's name?
Gizmo. Gizmo, Bruce, Knife, Benjamin, Cheese Whiz.
Gizmo's so good right now. Like, I looked at Gizmo a couple times and I'm like, wow, it's so well behaved.
Yeah, he's a good boy. Sorry, Mom. But sorry, I hope that answered your question.
It did, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amy. I had a question and I completely forgot it this week. You said roller skating, because I roller skate and I've been taking lessons for a few months. I wanted to know what, because you said you go to the park, what your favorite trick is and what is the easiest to learn, because I want to learn some too.
Oh geez, I've been roller skating for like 3 years. It was like my quarantine hobby. My favorite, my go-to whenever I feel like cool whenever I go to skate park is, the bowls. I like to drop into those and go around and do like splits on the coping and go back in and like do that kind of stuff. That's like my go-to. But whenever, it's kind of easy as long as you're wearing wrist guards, because it's kind of easy to learn how to spin a little bit if you're good at balancing.
Yeah, I learned how to do that, but then I fell and I got really hurt, so I stopped for a few months.
You know what? I get that. That's me with everything I do on roller skates. That, or if you start like going down little hills and learn how to drop in and just step over, it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Hi, McKenna.
Hi.
My name is Tristan, and it's an honor to meet you, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
So, I know earlier you mentioned and that you really was looking forward to me and hating Christians. Yeah, but before that, did you have any other starstruck moment when it comes to doing all your projects and whatnot?
Meeting all the original Ghostbusters, meeting Ivan Reitman, meeting Jason Reitman, meeting Paul Rudd, meeting everybody in the Ghostbusters film. I'm the type of person, I love movies so much. I watched 227 films last year. I love acting, I love actors, everybody that I work with.
Somebody else loves movies out there.
I love movies, and so everybody that I work with, I become a fan of. I will whenever I'm working with somebody, before I work with them, I'll go and I'll watch all their movies before I work with them because I'm like, and then by the time we're working together, I'm like, I'm such a big fan of yours. I love you. I mean, just this week I've been watching people that I've worked with films, and I'm texting them like, I'm such a big fan of you. Like, I love you. You're so cool. But definitely, the majority of the Ghostbusters cast is. I don't know, it's still weird whenever they're like, hey McKenna, I'm like, you know my name. That's so crazy, I can't believe we work together.
Well, it's an honor to meet you. Yeah, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much. Hi.
Yeah, no, a little bit closer.
Yeah? Hi.
Hi, so my name's actually Heather Christensen, and no correlation, but like I just kind of geek out a little bit here by last name. But my question is, so I listen to Natalie, so beautiful. It can make me cry all the way to college. It just gets me in a good mood. Do you have a favorite collaborator you would like, musically, you'd like to work with?
I really love Steven Sanchez. I love his music. I've been to a couple of his shows. I really love this artist. I don't know if you've ever heard of Blonde Shell. I really love her. I love her album. It's one of my favorites. And whenever we were on Frozen Empire, I would play this a lot in the hair and makeup trailers that I really love. Is it DJO or Joe? It's Joe Keery's band. I love them. It was my top album I was in their like top 0.5% of listeners. It was so bad. But they were like my top album of 2022, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, my name is Haley. I'm a big horror fan. That's where I became a fan of you. And of course, Mike Flanagan. So I just had a question. If you had any, like your favorite story from the Hill House set, or any story with him.
On Hill House. I'm like, what all happened on Hill House? We were there in Atlanta for 8 months. I think I was 11 or 12. Oh, jeepers. You know what my favorite story from Hill House is that the episode 6, I think it was, that it's shot like it's all one take. Was that episode 6? Episode 6 was a crazy episode, is all I know. But one of the episodes we shot like it was all one take, and we had like 3 weeks of rehearsing that because it was like a play, and there was only 4 cuts in the entire episode, so we'd shoot, each take would be like 20 minutes long. One person messes up, and everybody's like, no, God! And you're shooting with like 5 kids. Like, so you're gonna end up messing up a lot. So we did that so many times, but doing that was really fun because all the kids would be downstairs, then they'd have the cameraman, and he'd like be taken up the stairs, and all of us would be waiting downstairs, trying to be really quiet, hearing the scene going on upstairs, and windows are exploding, and then we all run back out whenever it's our turn. So it was really fun. I think that was a really fun one.
Thank you.
You didn't mess up any of the shots though, right? You're a pro.
No? I don't think I did. Hi.
Hello, McKenna. My name is Lee, and thank you for being here, and we all appreciate your right now. I have one question. Since you made a lot of music and awesome music, what is your go-to like song karaoke or something you really love to sing right away?
My 2 go-to karaoke songs. I actually sang this. I had a concert back last February, and this is what I sang as my first ever cover at a show. Was Alanis Morissette, "You Oughta Know." That's my karaoke song. So I kind of censor myself, but that and Before He Cheats. That's my 2 karaoke songs. Thank you. Hi.
You have to pull the microphone down just a little bit there for you.
Good to see you.
My name is Zaya, and I was wondering, what was your favorite scene that was like really, like, it was your favorite, but it was really hard, and you were like, oh, I hope I didn't mess that up.
Every scene ever. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I didn't mess that up.
The Hill House scene.
Hey man, you know what? I would say, with Ghostbusters, I'd say probably the end sequence, because we shot that on a dirt farm in a warehouse for like 2 weeks, and you finish it, and then it's a year before you see it, and then you forget what it's even like, and you're just like, I just remember rolling around in the dirt for 2 weeks. I hope that I did that all right. I hope it ends up looking good with all the CGI and the ghosts. But a lot of the times whenever I'm reacting to the ghosts and looking at them, they end up looking so different in the finished product than what I thought. So I'm like, gosh, I hope that I reacted appropriately to that ghost. If that makes sense. Yeah, thank you.
Patrick?
Hi.
Hi. So, why did you name your dog Gizmo and not Pee-wee?
You know, because he looks like a mogwai. I mean, look at him. He looks like a gizmo, does he not? I mean, his full name is Gizmo Fruit Snack Benjamin.
But you love Pee-wee Herman.
I do love Pee Wee Herman, but my first ever pet was I had a rabbit named Pee Wee Herman, okay? If that settles the debate.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And you don't feed Gizmo after midnight, right?
I don't. She's like, don't look at me, I don't want to be here right now. Yeah, she feeds Gizmo after midnight. She feeds Gizmo all the time. That's why he's a little chalky boy.
Hi, I'm Lily, and have you ever like messed up so bad that you've like really never wanted to do filming again, ever again?
Every day. I've had my moments. I've had my moments. Even. Yeah, One time I came on to set on Ghostbusters on the first one, and I may or may not have. I didn't know my lines before rehearsal very well, and Jason wasn't happy with me, and so I went home and I cried, and then I never showed up to set ever, not knowing my lines again, because I was like, I can never do this to myself again. Jason Reitman cannot be upset with me. I cannot disappoint him, and so that was definitely one of those moments where I came to set and I was sweating bullets. I was like, oh my god, everybody's gonna know this is so bad. So that was definitely a day.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Hey, McKenna, I'm Malik. I know we're supposed to be talking about Ghostbusters, but I actually want to turn to another role you did recently, which was Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie, which, by the way, was incredible. You absolutely made that sequel incredible.
Thank you.
When you're going into it, did you know anything about Paw Patrol? Or did you watch the show when you were younger, or now that it was inspired by a TV movie or anything like that?
My best friend's little brother was really into Paw Patrol, I believe, and so is their cousin. So like Paw Patrol was always on. I think that I just missed, well, it's not even that I missed, it's that I grew up watching, instead of a lot of cartoons, I grew up watching like horror movies with my dad.
I mean, that explains a lot.
Yeah, doesn't it? That explains a lot. But I knew Paw Patrol. I've seen it before. I've been around it a lot with my friends and little siblings, and I've seen so much of it, and so getting to take on the role of so many people's childhoods was really exciting. You know, I feel like that's how it is with Ghostbusters as well, is like, it's like getting to be a part of people's lives and their childhoods, and so getting to bring something like that to the screen is really exciting, and getting to bring, I can't believe there's stuffed animals. Every time I see stuffed animals of Paw Patrol or of Ghostbusters or of anything that I've been in, it's super surreal. I'm like, I can't believe, oh my god, I actually think you're a stuffed animal. It's weird.
Especially playing an essence of your dog.
Yeah. I did the end credits song for Ghostbusters, and I did the end credits song for Paw Patrol. And in Paw Patrol, I did the end credits song, and you can hear Gizmo barking in it. I have all these videos of me holding the microphone to him going, speak, and him like barking into the microphone.
Amazing. Doodle. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much.
What's your favorite horror movie to watch with your dad?
I mean, we watch different horror movies every time. One of my personal favorites is I really like the original Scream. That's like my comfort film.
Yeah, that's so good.
I watch that all the time. This con I'm really excited to get Christensen in case I haven't mentioned it. But I'm really excited. Last con I was at, Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich were there.
Yeah.
I was freaking out, and I made my con agent like sneak me behind so I could go take a picture with them. And I have the professional picture, like may or may not be like hung up in my room or anything. It does not matter at all, but maybe. I really like that.
No shame. No
I
shame.
just watched. You know what? My dad and I really enjoy the newest Evil Dead. We love that. That
yes.
was so killer.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
Alyssa Sutherland was crazy in that. She was so good.
It's so good.
We've seen that like 5 times.
We've got a guy here waiting for a question
I'm so
here.
sorry. Hi.
My name is Frankie.
Nice to meet you, Frankie.
Nice to meet you too. Is the gun chair fun?
The gun chair, the gunner seat in the car.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's really fun. They have me do it a lot. It's so fun getting to swing out. You know what nobody ever talks about is how heavy that door is. So it's not dangerous. It's super fun. I fly out, but whenever I go back in, I gotta hide because the door shuts and it's like bang, it like slams. I gotta like hide myself so that I don't get hit by it. But it's really fun. Thank you.
Frankie, that is an amazing Ghostbusters uniform, by the way. Your goggles.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. It's amazing.
Your goggles really pull it together for me.
Hi, Frankie. Hi.
Hello again.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. We met yesterday. My question is, of all the jokes that were in Ghostbusters Afterlife, the dad jokes and stuff, what was one that didn't make the cut that is your favorite of all that you wrote?
I can't tell them. I can't tell them. They didn't make it for a reason. Frankie's here, all right? I can't tell them.
Do you have any that you can tell?
I'm trying to think. I just did one that I don't think is gonna make it. It's so dumb. Let me think of the setup so that I don't mess it up. Hang on, because usually whenever I read these, I like have them all written down in the notes app in my phone, and so I'm like, okay, and I memorize it, and then I gotta tell it perfectly. Okay, my wife is really mad at me right now because like I will not stop playing Wonderwall, and she's getting so mad at me, and she's like, please stop playing Wonderwall or I'm done talking to you. And I said maybe.
All right, good news, bad news, real quick, guys. Good news is that after this, you can go visit McKenna at her booth, but the bad news is we've only got about 5 minutes left, so we only got time for a couple more questions.
I'll be at my booth with Gizmo. Gizmo will be there.
With Gizmos.
Guaranteed.
But don't get him wet.
Yeah, don't beat him up at midnight.
Hi, Heidi. That you were there.
Yeah.
Even though you are such a great actress, if you were to ever not be an actress, what would your love or what would your job be if you weren't an actress?
Well, I also do music, so maybe something in that. I think that no matter what, I'd want to do something in the film space. I think, obviously, I want to produce, I want to direct, I want to write scripts really badly and get them made. I could see myself really enjoying something, and I'd like to learn how to do SFX makeup or the spooky things. I think that'd be super fun. Or what is it, the music supervisor for a film? I think that music placement in a film is so cool and so fun. I love figuring that kind of stuff out. Whenever I'm writing a script, that's my favorite thing, is to put music in scenes.
Thank you.
Hi, McKenna.
Hi.
Not to get you in trouble with some of the other castmates, but I was just wondering a question between you and the
we're getting at all of you.
between you and the original Ghostbusters and the new Ghostbusters, out of all of you guys, who would be the most scared if they met a real ghost, and who would be the least scared?
Oh, that's a fun question.
We all know that Dan Aykroyd would be the least scared. He's had his fair share of ghost encounters, and he has all of the craziest stories. But who would be the most most scared.
Dan would just feel vindicated.
Dan would just be hyped. Dan would be so. I
Yeah.
mean, Dan has already met so many ghosts.
Yeah.
He'll tell you all of his stories. They're wild. That's my favorite thing to do is sit with Dan and listen to all of his stories. But I feel like Logan who plays podcast, like he's gonna act like he's all tough and like he wouldn't be scared, but I bet he'd be scared. He'd be like terrified. We had a goal whenever we were in London shooting Frozen Empire to watch 60 movies while we were there. I ended up watching 70 movies while I was there over 3 or 4 months. Thank you. And we would binge movies in our hotel room because we had 2 weeks of pre-production, and so we'd watch all of the Paranormal Activities, all of the horror movies, and you know, I feel like he'd be scared. And that's me. Yeah. I watch a lot of movies, man. I have a lot of good
Thank you.
movies. But thank you.
Good. Time for about 2 more questions, guys.
Hi, my name is Zay.
Hi, sorry.
And my question is, what's the most embarrassing thing you've done on set?
Oh gosh, y'all are really making me expose myself today. What? She's like, I know, but I'm not gonna say. Look at that. What did I do? What was it on? Okay, dang, I guess I must have really embarrassed myself. I fall a lot. You know, even on Frozen Empire, I fell so hard with the pack on. I like slipped and fell over, and whenever you have the pack, I did that so many times on Afterlife and Frozen Empire, falling over with the pack on is so terrible because it's like 30, 40 pounds, and so you're like a turtle, you can't get up. But it's so bad, I'm just like on my back, and I'm like, hey, can somebody help me? I didn't mean to do that. So I gotta like wait for somebody to come and pick me up, so that's always a little embarrassing. God, I'm sure that I have something so much better. I embarrass myself constantly. But that's what I can think of right now.
Waddling like a turtle with a proton pack is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, especially whenever it's in front of the OGs. Sure, you guys have done this. Oh, no? Okay, sure, just me. But yeah, probably that, at least recently.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emma, and I had a question on the filming of Young Sheldon. What was your favorite scene to film?
I think my favorite scene to film, I just did an episode where me and the Reagan, who plays Missy, she's a good friend of mine in real life, her and I had an episode where we ran away together, and that was really fun. We got to eat a lot of Twizzlers and drink a lot of like Cokes in the car and just hang out and sing music, and yeah, I'd say that was probably my favorite, and we get arrested and all sorts of things, so being in the cop car was really fun. We just have a good time together on set, so that was a really fun episode.
Well, also, sorry, you're really pretty.
You're really pretty. What was your name again? Emma. That's right. And what's your name? Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much. Bye, y'all. Have a good rest of your time. My name's Serena. Oh, I love your shirt. Where did you get it? It's so good.
I made my mom order it for me.
That's what I do too. She has an Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker shirt on, and it's really good.
I was wondering, what's your favorite video game?
Minecraft. I really like Minecraft. I really like Roblox. Is that silly? I really love Roblox. I make my grandpa play Roblox with me, and I make my dad play Roblox with me. I really like the new Harry Potter game. The new Harry Potter game is crazy. If you haven't played it, you should. It's like insane, super open world. I love video games.
Did you do all the stories or just the Hufflepuff story?
Oh man, is there more stories? Am I supposed to know something different? I mean, I did Hufflepuff. I'm friends with the Slytherin. I think he's gonna teach me like some crazy curses. I don't know.
Yeah, based on what house you're in, they all have a couple different stories in them.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot. I'm trying to explore the entire map right now before I go back and finish the storyline.
That's
But,
exciting.
you know,
Thank you.
All right, one last question. Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Hi, I love your butt.
Thank you. Big fan. My name is Addie, and I was going to ask, what is your personal favorite TV show?
I mostly watch movies because I'm obsessed with an app called Letterboxd. Yeah!
As soon as you said you watched 270 movies last year, I was like, I gotta follow her on Letterboxd. I knew it.
Yeah, I love Letterboxd so freaking much. I'm obsessed with it. I get everybody on Letterboxd. You know who got me on Letterboxd was Finn Wolfhard. And Dacre Montgomery got him on Letterboxd, who also is obsessed with Letterboxd. So it's like a little, I am constantly getting people on that app. So I mostly watch movies because I can't log TV shows on Letterboxd and it sucks. I really like Severance. I watched that with my dad. It's really good. I love Severance. I'm a really big fan of Handmaid's Tale. I love that show. I think that the acting is so good. This is kind of like my guilty pleasure January watch before I got on my movie grind again. I watched all 4 seasons of You, and I kind of really enjoyed it. I don't know, it was like fun. I love Yellow Jackets. I love Yellow Jackets. That show's
Yes,
fantastic.
so good. It's awesome.
I don't know. I think that those are my shows that I really like that I've seen recently.
Thank you.
And I love She-Ra and He-Man. I love it. That was my childhood.
Guys, thank you so much for coming out. But more importantly, thank you, McKenna Grace. Let's get a group photo real quick here. Everybody stand up. Come on, let's stand up. Thank you, everybody. One more round of applause for